There it is, thinking of the beginning of the calamities. I'm looking for the call of the fisherman. As he was sitting, this is Matthew 24, verse 3. As he was sitting on the Mount of Olives, the disciples approached him privately and said, "Tell us, when will all this happen, and what sign will there be of your coming at the end of the age?" There it is. Right to Jesus. Jesus said to them in reply, "See that no one deceives you. For many will come in my name, saying, 'I am the Messiah,' and they will deceive many. You will hear of wars and reports of wars, and that you are not to be alarmed. For these things must happen, but it will not yet be the end. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines, and earthquakes from place to place. All these things are the beginning of the labor pains. Then they will hand you over to persecution. They will kill you. You'll be hated by all nations because of my name. And then many will be led into sin, and they will betray and hate one another. Many false prophets will arise and deceive many, and because of the increase of evil doing, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who perseveres to the end will be saved, and this gospel of the kingdom will be preached throughout the world as a witness to all nations, and the end will come." So they put it point blank to Jesus. "Tell us, when will this happen? What sign will there be you're coming at the end of the age?" He's got quite a few signs there. And I think if we read through them again, slowly, and I asked you just to listen and think, well, is this a sign of the day that we live in? Could we be living in this time? I think we'd shake our heads and say, yes. Yes, oh, for sure. Yes. Oh, you know, that's right. We'd give a yes, no, a whole checklist, wouldn't we? But I'd say if you backed up 50 years, people would be doing the same thing. 100 years, 500 years, 1,100 years. In some respect, this is the worst time to live in because we're enduring the brokenness of sin in our own life, and we see its effects on the people that we love, our children and our grandchildren and our extended family. It's worse now because we feel the hurt of it. And certainly you can make an argument as a historian that the world has seen worse times, that there are times of greater peril and war and famine and disease. I read people who make a case that indeed earthquakes, famines, and such are on the increase, and I don't really know. Maybe we're just better at counting this stuff now. Honestly. I get down to the very end, though, and he gives the signs that will directly precede his coming. I know in the New Testament, and one Christian community in particular, one of their struggles were they were so certain Jesus was coming at any time that people stopped working. Right? And you can hardly blame them, because if they heard the words Jesus said to the apostles, it sounds to me as if he's coming before they're dead. And perhaps God in his mercy has chosen to delay the time so that more can be saved. I don't know all these things. I do give them some consideration. But let's look down here in those last verses which we read. Verse 13. "But those who persevere to the end will be saved." That no matter what we walk through, Jesus will bring us through it. That this preserving is not to be a matter of our own determination, of being able to endure pain or hardship, but it's having a confidence that Jesus is victorious, that the church is to be victorious. That when God said in the Psalms, 1,000 will fall at your side and 10,000 at the other, near you it will not come. I don't care what kind of plan they cook up, God will pull me through. We have so many of these end time scenarios. The Marian movement produces so many. You can read one of those papers and find 4 or 5 different versions of calamities that are coming on the face of the earth. All I know is that the God who filled the desert floor with manna for 40 years and fed a city of 3 million people going through the desert as big as Miami-Dade County that got up and ate miracle food every morning, that same God can fill my microwave with manna every morning. That's part of the reason it frees me from the fear of having to figure out exactly